Hello, Suns fans. Welcome to Suns Latest. I am Rich Rubin, and from the bottom of my heart, thank you for getting us to over 500 subscribers. We actually have 506 Suns Latest subscribers, and we haven't been doing that this long. We haven't been doing this that long. I cannot thank you enough. That is, I wasn't even thinking about it. This is just, let's have some fun talking about the Suns. And what do you know? A lot of people are getting into this. I'm as into it as anybody, so let's get this going. I still can't find the 1976 mini basketball with all the autographs on it. I have the other one, but it's been done. So we'll wait till we find the other one. But we can move on. Once again, thank you so much for subscribing and commenting. You are making Suns Latest as fun as it is. So the Emirates NBA Cup Tournament 2025 begins Friday, October 31st. Yeah, begins on Halloween. Semifinal Saturday, December 13th. Championship is Tuesday, December 16th at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. If you haven't been to any event at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, it's really fun. It's huge. It's state-of-the-art arena. I was there for a Sharks Golden Knights game like in 2018, and I was just having during the intermissions, I just kept walking around the place and seeing if I could get lost. It was really fun. It's just a great place to see any event. I've got to try to get out there to see a basketball game. NBA regular season begins Tuesday, October 21st. Suns kick off the season Wednesday, October 22nd in Phoenix against the Kings. Road game, the first road game of the season, Friday, October 24th in Los Angeles, down the street from where I am right now at the Intuit Dome against the Clippers. And KD returns to Phoenix with the Rockets Monday, November 24th at Phoenix Arena if you feel like booing him. I would, although I don't hate KD, but as a former Sun, who now KD is, yeah, I don't know. Just boo the Rockets anyway. We're supposed to hate the Rockets, right? FYI, ESPN has unveiled a renewed app. I like the ESPN app. It's harder and harder to watch ESPN on TV. Their shows are just, I don't know. It just seems like people are really mad about everything and screaming, and the takes are blowing my mind. And there's no give and take with the audience like there used to be. So it's harder to watch ESPN other than a game, and the Suns will be on ESPN once this coming year. But the app is usually, at worst, a good cross-reference if and when rumors pop up, and it's very good for updated scores. They're very good at updating the scores, and I think that's really their strength. All right, moving on. I said I was going to cover all of the new assistant coaches. We have a ton of new faces on the Suns this year, and a lot of them are on the bench. Assistant coach Brian Randall and assistant coach under Monty Williams from 2020 to 2023, part of the 2021 finals team and franchise record 64-win team the following season. Brian Randall comes back to the Suns. He was an assistant with the Wizards last year, also an assistant with the Pistons and the Timberwolves previously. Coach Randall's first NBA gig was with the Timberwolves as, take a wild guess, video coordinator, and then he moved on to player development. Has anybody noticed a pattern with the kind of guys that Coach Jordan hires? He hires guys that come from watching tons and tons of video and then working with players one-on-one with player development. It's almost like the whole staff, including Coach Ott, they're all player development guys, and they're all video guys. And these are guys that are really looking, literally looking at everything. But I kind of like that. Randall played college ball at University of Illinois for 4 years, played professionally overseas for 10 years, won the Israeli Basketball Premier League's Defensive Player of the Year award, a league record 3 times, 6'8", 220-pound forward. He could go in between. This is another guy that can work with the front court with defense, which we will need. So welcome back, Coach Randall. Wanted to point this out. At his introductory press conference last June, Suns head coach Jordan Ott said, quote, "You want your staff to be high character and high care. So who they are as people, loyal, trustworthy, and then do they work? And if we can consistently find that in our staff, we're in good shape." I'll also say I have so much respect for the coaching profession that we know how hard it is to rise in this profession and how hard it is when some type of change like this occurs. So he means like basically a whole revamped bench, including himself. So we're going to take our time. We're going to fill this thing out right, again, to help our group, help our players, make sure we're all on the same page. But yes, we are still building our coaching staff throughout the month. Now, that was last June. It's June. It seems like the coaching staff has pretty much been filled out. We have a few more guys to get to, and we'll do that on the next Suns Latest. Not a ton of comments, mostly votes for the 15. So we can get the comments out of the way. This is from @JohnFreeman-D60. Love the show. I subscribed a couple of months ago. You're one of the 506. Thank you, John. I'm a native. I'm 67 years old. God bless you. Started going to Suns games with mom in 1969, the Suns' second year. We used to camp out on Central and Thomas. I love the Phoenix Old Heads. This is so cool. Used to camp out on Central and Thomas for those Suns Laker playoff tickets back then. We would sit in those $3 red general admission seats at the Madhouse on McDowell. John, welcome to Suns Latest. Thank you for pointing that out. There's so much good info in that and so much fun nostalgia for everybody who's been a Suns fan since day one. So in 69, the Phoenix Suns was it 69, 70? Wow, was it their second year or their third year? I will look this up. But early on in the Suns' existence, because the league expanded in 68, the Bucks and the Suns became NBA franchises. It was either 69, 70 or 70, 71, and I'll promise I'll figure out that year. Some of you old heads know the exact year. The Suns, in the playoffs, took the Lakers. They led the Lakers 3-1. This is the Wilt Chamberlain, Jerry West Lakers. Connie Hawkins was on the Suns. And I don't know, and Neil Walk was our center. Neil Walk, yes, all hairy team, but something happened, and then we lost. I think somebody got injured. I want to say it was Neil Walk. Somebody got injured who was a key part of that starting lineup, and the Lakers jumped on it. But yeah, that was amazing, and boy, do I remember those $3 red general admission seats at the Madhouse on McDowell. We're going to do a whole thing about the Madhouse on McDowell down the road as well. Those of you who know. And this is one I missed from a few Suns Latest ago, but I wanted to mention it. So at Danielle Williams at V6Z. Suns need to resign Bol, Delano Banton, and Amir Coffey. At Strive for Greatness POP responds to Danielle, Bol sucks, bro. Let it go. He had his chances. We briefly mentioned Bol. I mean, how can you not like him? I don't know where his career goes from here. This is his fourth team, and you see what he can offer. You can also see him check out a lot during, at least during the Suns. You can just saw him check out. The guy could cover 94 feet in 5 steps. It was the possibility of somebody like Bol becoming somebody that you could rely on. That is the knock on the guy for the whole career that he's had. Orlando, Denver, Phoenix, wherever else he's played. He was on the Celtics. He never played a game for them. They saw him in practice. They're like, it is a crying shame. It's not a shame. It's just too bad. The guy's got all these skills. He's a multimillionaire. He'll be fine. But as a basketball player, you always wondered what could have been. And what's weird is, last I checked, like yesterday, Bol's picture is still on the roster on Suns.com, but he's not on the team anymore, so I don't know what the hell's going on. All right, let's move on to the 15. NBA teams. Here's the criteria for the 15. We're just picking the top 15 Suns players of all time. We're not ranking them yet. We're going to rank them after we pick the 15. And also, once we get to the 15, if you want, through your comments, you can knock somebody out. But you got to vote, or you just got to tell me what you think. Really quick, we have 15 because right now on a current NBA roster, you are allowed 15 players, 12 active, 3 inactive. Requirements, at least 1 NBA All-Star selection or 1 All-NBA selection. Doesn't matter which team. Have to have won on a major award while on the Suns, so KD and Shaq, who won MVPs before they got to the Suns, that doesn't count. But they were all-stars with the Suns, so they're at least in the running. KD's already on the 15, and there's going to be some controversy with that. There already is. Somebody like Hornacek, who was a one-time all-star, somebody like Barbosa, who was never an all-star, or Dia, who was never an all-star, but they won Sixth Man of the Year and Most Improved Player, respectively, that type of thing. So here we go. And there's a lot of voting over the comments. And it's too many votes for me to say everybody, but I'll tell you who's like really leading right now. So right now we have 7 out of the 15. We're getting there. Devin Booker, Charles Barkley, Kevin Durant, Steve Nash, KJ, Amari Stoudemire, and Chris Paul was the latest addition to the 15. So we got 7. And number 8, this not totally surprised me, but it surprised me because it was ahead of a few other guys. Walter Davis has got a ton of votes, and yes, he will end up on this 15. Paul Westphal has gotten a ton of votes, and he will end up on the 15. Then the ones where you're not quite sure, Tom Chambers got a lot of votes. Truck Robinson got a lot of votes. Connie Hawkins got a lot of votes. But the guy who's going to be number 8 got the most. He doubled everybody else's votes. He gets the most love in the comments. And I'm not like surprised. But I'm like, people really talk about Matrix. People really talk about Shawn Marion as much as they talk about any other legendary Suns player. And no reason not to. Marion he was the Matrix. He could do everything. He could do anything. Every team coveted Sean Marion, and it was a crying shame. As much as fun as it was that we got Shaquille O'Neal on our team, it was a crying shame that the Suns got rid of Marion. I never really understood the trade. One of Steve Kerr's hugest blunders. I knew we needed a dominant center, but he was the wrong guy. It was the wrong time. As great as Shaquille O'Neal was, he was a shell of himself by the time he got to the Suns. Yes, he won All-Star Game MVP, but it's the All-Star Game. It's cool. It doesn't mean much to me unless you get like 10 All-Star selections with one team. He got one All-Star selection with the Suns. So we're going to put Sean Marion at number 8. So the 15 stands at Devin Booker, Charles Barkley, Kevin Durant, Steve Nash, Kevin Johnson, Amari Stoudemire, Chris Paul, and Sean Marion. Now we got 8. 7 more to go to round out the 15. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you for watching Suns Latest. Remember, we are over 500 subscribers. Be one of them if you want to. Don't be if you don't want to, but keep watching and keep commenting on the show. I'm Rich Rubin. This has been Suns Latest. Thanks.